If you're very active on the internet, you will know that almost everything is now being shared online, even things that people are not supposed to know. And some truly believe that people care that much. Privacy is no longer as important as it should be. So today, we're going to talk about this topic that is often overlooked in this age of social media and constant sharing. The things you should keep private and why. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, a very big welcome to you. My name is Dimma Otutu, and on this channel we discuss personal finance and self-development. Stay subscribed if these topics interest you, and if you end up enjoying this video, do well to please give me a thumbs up. Now let's jump right into the video. In this digital age, it is important now more than ever to be mindful of what we share online and also in our personal lives. I know sometimes it feels like it is necessary to share things just so that people know you're happy or winning or doing this or that, but then not everything about you should be online. Sharing too much information about our lives can compromise our personal safety, like revealing our exact location, travel plans, or other sensitive details can make us vulnerable to stalkers, criminals, and other potential threats. Keeping our lives private can ensure personal safety and security. I know we all heard about AKA, if you're active on social media, a South African musician, how he got killed. He shared his exact location on Instagram, and some unknown gunmen gunned him down with his friend. Now, this is just one example. There are a lot of things you should keep private. You don't need to yappa all the time. You don't need to share everything. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you 7 things you should keep private as your personal and important information. 1, your dreams and aspirations. I know that sometimes we can't help it. Say you've thought of this very big dream, you have this goal, and you have this thing that you think would be great and can't wait to share with people. You can't wait to share with the world. Just hold on. Allow the thought to digest. When we share our dreams or our aspirations or goals with people, it can create a certain pressure to meet up that expectation, or seek their validation. It may expose you also to criticism, skepticism, or doubt, which can dampen that enthusiasm you have or the motivation. You also know that not everyone may share your enthusiasm or believe in your dreams. Nurture that dream. Build in silence. How many times have you thought of something, shared it with people, like something great, something you think is a great idea, or something you think you want to go for, and just a slight comment that didn't sound like what you wanted to hear, or even just them not thinking is a great idea, stopped you from pursuing that thing? It might not come from a bad place, from their own end. It could genuinely be a worry of theirs, or them projecting their whatever it is that they don't know about. Unknowingly, you now think, oh, maybe I shouldn't try it, and that simple comment or opinion from someone killed that dream that maybe could have been your $1 million idea or $1 million dream. Let's be guided. Naysayers are everywhere, and then sometimes because people can't dream big or see the bigger picture like you, they assume that it's the same for other people. Now, this brings me to the second one, which is your personal finances. Anything that has to do with your finance. Your personal finances are your private matter, and you should keep them private. Sharing your financial information or status can make you vulnerable to scam, fraud, or theft. I remember Kim Kardashian being robbed of her wedding ring in her hotel room. How did people know it was expensive and wanted a piece of that? She shared it with us on Instagram. Finances are extremely private information. If you're on the internet as well, you know the socialite called Hush Puppy. Hush Puppy would have still been living a very luxurious life of theft, because I know most of his money is stolen, if he had kept his finances private. Why did they start looking into him? He kept sharing and flashing his wealth. It got people to start raising eyebrows. Where did he get that kind of money from? Inviting unwanted opinion into his life. And now look, also, if you keep your personal life private and you're balling, people won't be calling you for urgent 2K. They won't be able to guess if you have it or not. In this modern day of kidnapping as well, theft, scamming, it will be in your best interest to protect yourself and not share your personal finances online. Also, not sharing can protect you from public scrutiny. You know all this, oh, why are you spending so much on this? People will start giving you opinion on how to spend your money. Financial matters, including your income, expenses, debts, and investments, are personal and may not be comfortable to share with wider audience. So by keeping your personal finance private, you maintain your financial matters confidential and prevent potential judgment, criticism, unwanted attention or opinion from others. Now, this brings us to the third one, which is your family issues. Your family issues. We are not your family. Honestly, we are not your family. Your family issues are your personal matter and you should keep them private. Sharing too much about your family family issues can lead to unwanted advice, gossip, or interference, which can strain your relationships. I'm sure there are a lot of relationships that might have survived if they weren't brought on social media or external parties. Now, because you've shared it online or you've invited people, online in-laws or people that on a normal day you shouldn't even know about these affairs, now you've gotten their unsolicited opinion. Now there is this pride that you can no longer act the way you wanted to act because you think people will shame you for doing the opposite. Maybe you wanted to forgive the person, or maybe this is something that wasn't supposed to even be known by people. But now that external opinions are acting up here and there, your pride, your ego, shame might get in the way. We do not need to know about your family issues. People genuinely do not care. They just love gossip. If you want an external help, use a professional. A lot of people enjoy it when things aren't going well for people. And you know it. Like, people might be all over in your face when you're succeeding, because they say success has a lot of friends. They show you that they are happy and all, but maybe deep down, they are not really, really happy for you. Now, this brings us to the fourth one, which is your health issues. This again is a personal matter. Sharing too much about your health issues can make you feel vulnerable, and you may not get the support or understanding you need. So choose your confidence wisely and seek professional help. You can see like all these people, maybe they've done BBL and they're healing and they post it on IG and maybe sometimes wanting sympathy. You see how they get dragged online. Like people will drag them. So when you're sharing your health information as well, you can get confused from people's opinion. Why would you even want to hear from unprofessional people about your health issues? We share too much information this era. I don't know why. I know how people attack people with their weaknesses and illness. I trust online people. At first, it might seem like they care, but then you start facing all these side hateful comments about your health, and that can make it worse. If you need help, a professional is always your best case. Also, even sharing to people you do not trust. Next thing you will hear your story on TikTok or Instagram, they might even use you to go live on IG. I know that I've seen a lot of videos or a lot of people, oh, do you know this happened to my family, blah, 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 just to get likes and comments. Please be guided. Know who you can trust and who you can share these private issues with. Which leads us to the next one, which is your past trauma. This can be a good or bad thing because you might want to use it for educational purpose, which is a good thing. Maybe you want people to learn from it, but before you share it, always remember it might not be welcomed. People might use it against you. Are you mentally prepared for that? You may not get the kind of support you need. Past trauma is deeply personal, and sharing it with others can feel invasive and uncomfortable. Keeping it private can be a way to maintain your personal boundaries and protect your privacy. Revisiting it by sharing it with others can be emotionally challenging and triggering. Have you considered if you want to relieve the emotions that came with it? Also, in this social media era, you could lose control over the narrative and how others perceive or respond to it. You may also be judged, stigmatized, or misunderstood by others when sharing. So ask yourself if it's worth it before you think of letting other people into your life. Now, this brings us to the sixth one. This sixth one, guys, your sexual life. It's TMI. We don't need to know. We don't need to know about your sexual life. What can people possibly do with your sexual life? That is TMI. Your sexual life is your personal matter and you should keep it private. Please, we truly do not need to know about it. Sexual matters are highly subjective and personal choices. The things you might be into may not be publicly accepted and you stand a chance of facing backlash. Also, why are you sharing it now? Like your employers, your business associates, customers, clients, pastors might see it. I saw something on Quora the other day where a woman said that she had to rescind an offer because she went through the person's social media page and wasn't comfortable with what the person was sharing on social media, and it was related to sex. And why, according to her, her reason was once you start working with them, your name is associated with them. Now think about it. Some of these are celebrities that most times their sex tapes leak and all of that. You see how they go through any length to take that thing down because it could affect the deals, their collaborations, their sponsorships, brand deals, and all of that. I know how Kanye fought to see if he could get Kim's sex tape off the internet. Don't you want boundaries as as well. Like, let's think, because I know I see some people posting very questionable things about sex, about themselves online. Choose to keep your sexual life private as a way to maintain personal boundaries and protect your privacy. Now, this brings us to the last one, which is sharing things at the early stage. I know that there's this excitement that plays a significant role when it comes to sharing things at an early stage. You want to talk about it because it's very exciting. I'm happy for you. Honestly, I'm rooting for you. I want you to win. But also remember that early stage of anything is not promised. Something that begins could just abruptly end in the middle. You would want to take time to absorb it, get used to it, take it in before disclosing or sharing it. Because not everyone will be happy about that or even want it for you. Say maybe you just checked with a pregnancy test kit at home, or maybe you start seeing someone. You don't need to share it right away. With the pregnancy stick, it can be a false positive. It was done at home. What if you now go to the hospital and a professional does it and it turns out to be false positive? How do you want to come back from that? Or you're just starting a relationship that you have no idea where it's going and you're telling people all about it. Let's say it turns out well. Don't you want to like trust the person? You guys get comfortable, get to know each other before outsiders start poking and bringing unnecessary opinion. Just hold on a little bit to your shot. I know nothing can be 100%, but let it settle in just a little bit more. Enjoy not hearing other people's opinion. I'm not saying you shouldn't share things, but take time to prepare yourself. Take time to get used to it before you let others in. I know the list is endless about things. I can go on and on about things you shouldn't share. If you want a second video as well, let me know in the comment section. But for today, this is where I'll end it. If you need more, like I said, the comment section is open. I would love to know. It is important to remember that everyone has their own unique comfort level and approach to disclosure, and it's okay to keep certain things private if that's what feels right for you. Respecting individual choices and boundaries when it comes to sharing or keeping certain things private is crucial. Don't be that person that says, oh, why didn't you share? Maybe the person is taking their time. Yes, you might be very comfortable sharing everything at any particular stage, but that doesn't mean that everyone is like that. Allow people take their time, and also let's learn to mind our businesses. Like, mind your business and drink water. Privacy is truly important. So this brings me to the end of this video. I would love to know other areas you keep private in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, do well to give me a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.